Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Finally, I am on live stream. 2 days almost without electricity, so I'm just happy to get some light. And during the week I actually completed some tasks, like I filled some spaces, I filled in the bow and in the stern part. I was debating should I fill all of them or not, but then decided it is double layer planking, so I just can fill in the bow and in the stern, where you have the most difficult spots or places where you have to bend and twist plank simultaneously and bend in two directions. So that's why I use some pine and linden, I believe. This is what I have at home, so I just used it cuts off and gaps between, because I haven't proper exactly the width of between bulkheads, so just some of them were 2 pieces in between bulkheads, some of them was like 1 piece of wood, and I just fill all the cracks with putty or filler, and this is where I want to make stop and discuss why I'm not using like putty for wood and prefer to use these 2 components, putty for car repairs, etc. Because this putty, it's really designed for using on wood, but it is usually like to fill cracks, and then you can paint, stain, and your what you were building from wood, it is already completed and finished. It is not designed for something like to glue on top of it planks, etc. Because this is the jar which I bought when I was building my first model. I used it first and last time on my first model, because when I used this putty and then glued, it was first layer of planking, then I used this putty, and when I started gluing my second layer of planking, it was veneer. It was peeling off together with this putty. So I just ripped off entire second layer of planking of that veneer and replaced it. So if you, this is just like you just need to fill cracks before painting, so this will be the final layer. You won't glue anything on top of it. Yeah, you can use this one, but if you are using something to fill gaps, cracks between planking, or just fill the spaces and need to make some corrections, then you definitely have to use such universal or all-purpose. This is universal, is it actually universalna is more like, I believe it's from Poland. Szpaklovka, universalna, sounds like it is from Poland. So I don't know who is the manufacturer, and it is with such tiny, don't know who is manufacturer, probably it is from Poland. So it's just all-purpose for car repairs. And this one, why I tried Bondo, it's more stronger or stiff like stone, so it is more difficult to sand, etc. That's why I prefer for car repairs, and especially when you have that with the finest grains, that one even easier to sand and it is even lighter. So just one of the types of such putty will do the job. And of course I filmed everything, so I will edit video for the next Friday how exactly I did all these pieces. I cut all these pieces actually just with such I forgot the proper term for this one. Literally, if I will translate it will sound very weird, manual jigsaw. I forgot the name for this one. So I just cut a few pieces, sand it, and fill all the cracks with the putty, and then again sand it again. And of course I made some parts like gun ports. I already planked this counter. Oh, actually this is what I will start today. I need to cut proper size for the rudder, or actually tiller of the rudder. And while I was waiting for my time to start the live stream, I was comparing drawings from the William Baker book and with drawings from the Kyiv, and I found just what is immediately caught my eye, just the design of capstan. It is in the kit for some reasons turned at 45 degrees when it is just on a square. Let me switch to a different camera so I can show you what exactly I found. So this one, maybe I also have to change, make it a little less bright, and find where is my field of depth. So capstan, I hope it is visible. Still the video is coming later behind me, but now I can check what I'm showing you and how it is on the screen actually. And this is what I have here in the kit. So this is a capstan. Don't know why the designer decided to turn it at 45 degrees, and usually we can see it parallel to the deck planking. So this is what I will do with capstan on the MAYFLOWER on my model. And something else I found not very significant, but of course I will replace the chain plates, because at that point you can't find any single one, or nothing like the chains weren't used for the chain plates at that period. So this is something that I will replace. It will be something very similar like I made on the Ragusian Karak, such elongated chains. So if you are interested and want to see it right now, you can check. There is a separate video, Ragusian Karak making the chain plates. So, and today, because as I mentioned in the first episode, that I want to replace all planking with more noble wood like pear, boxwood, ebony, holly. So it hasn't arrived yet, so I don't have materials. That's why today I will work on the first layer of planking. It will take a week or two, depends how fast I can work. And actually in the kit there is a suggestion. You can make it single layer or double layer planked model, and of course I will go for a double layer. And double layer actually will be only below the waterline or below the whales. So in the kit they are suggesting to just attach it temporarily, this entire side of the planks, but this is sort of imitation of first layer of planking, so upper part. So below this piece of plywood, there is a mark also on each bulkhead where I have to position it. So below this one it will be with double layer planking, literally with strips, because second layer here will be immediately on this piece of plywood. It's plywood, or no, it's basswood. It's not plywood, it's pure basswood. So on top of this sheet I will make immediately only one layer of planking. So this is what I will do today. I will position it. We will use just a few nails to keep it in proper position, and I will start planking. All the lower part will be with first layer of planking will be made out of basswood from the kit, and then I will switch to pear or boxwood. I haven't decided yet. Probably it will be boxwood. But that part which should be painted in white, I want to make out of holly. As I said before, I want to make this model to build it without any single drop of paint. So just I will play with different colors of wood. And another thing which I have done, the rabbit. So I put these two strips, but in place where I should make upside down like this, where I will make also probably boxwood, stem and stern post, and keel also I will make out of boxwood. So here I decided to make it entire piece and without that plank of imitation, rabbit imitation. So that's why, and actually I found out that even if I will position it properly, the shape, this radius is too small, because actually this false keel or bulkhead which imitates keel has bigger radius than this one. For basswood it doesn't matter, it's soft, you can literally bend and bend. But if it is stiff wood like pear or boxwood, it does matter, it is impossible to deform it. So I have to figure out how to make a template, proper one, the proper radius to take it out of here, so I can cut proper stem for the model. But this will be much later, so I will come back to this later. I think I told you everything what I have done here during this week, so let's work on the planking. And I will put this book aside. Just will double check what dimensions of planking. Yeah, and that's why we will skip at the moment the planking of the stern counter, or this part of the model, because I will plank it when I will get my pear and boxwood, because it will be done after first layer of planking. So where is the size? Planking the counter, okay. Use 1/8, 1/16 strips for the first layer. 1/8 and 1/16. I just need to check and convert it into millimeters. So So give me a second. 1/16, this is 1.6 millimeters thick and 3.2 millimeters wide. Good. So let's find proper strips. And I believe this is what I need. So let me check it. 3.2. Why are you not 0? You have to be 0. 1.5, 1.6. Okay, something what I need. So this is our first layer of planking. I will keep these instructions just in case on the table. And I think I can bend basswood without water. If I need some, I just have a jar next to me. So, and I will try to show you where I have marks. So half of them visible on this side. It is marked exactly lower edge of these sheets. And let me also find the field of depth here, because it's not sharp, or it is not sharp on my screen. Oh, give me a second. Something like this. Oh, advertisement. Okay. So, and today I will use nail driver. I don't have that beautiful wooden one which I have at home, but this one will do the job also. And I have some nails. They were here yesterday on this corner. Oh, now they are here. So it will be just dry attachment, and I will probably write something left or starboard and larboard, so I won't forget which one for which side. So let's try to position it properly. Maybe I will clean these tiny edges after cutting. They will be in my way. In the kit, they should be removable at this point only because they suggested later to plank your bulkheads, and so that's why you have to have access to the deck and to every bulkhead above the water line. So let's do this. Yeah, these marks are visible even if I already filled the spaces, but I can see these marks here. It is really good. Come on, like this, like this. Too long, so we need to move it a little, or it is intentionally a little bigger. So something like this. Any tips? Because it sticks longer here, a little longer here, still longer here, so it is bigger than it is necessary. Was it intentionally? Just to get starting point. No, even visually in the instructions, it is a little bigger. Maybe it is exactly thickness of the bulkheads. So a little longer here. Okay. Or I just can position my first plank using these marks. How about, so yeah, this is something like this. Yeah, don't have any marks on this, on the stern, but looks like it shouldn't be, it should be something like this. Okay, Okay. A little reverse. So I want to make symmetrical between just same thickness, something like this. So maybe I will nail somewhere in the middle on the mid frame, and then I will move stern and aft. Here probably. Okay. And this is the beginning. And this sheet is very thin and fragile, so we have to work carefully, especially when I will flip it. Should be very careful. So this is the mark. Marks, marks. I will nail only lower edge. I don't have to bend the exact shape of the hover at the moment. So just as I said, for temporary only. And when I will glue first strip, I can remove this sheet. What is the name of this sheet? Bulwark. Yeah, proper term. And I will nail it here. Now I will move towards the bow. What do I have here? Marks. And how it is in these drawings. Actually nothing in the drawings like this. Any tips? Okay. I have just this template, but nothing how to attach it. Okay, we'll work on it later. Oh, I have nail already here, so then I will follow these marks. And something here should be. Actually, it was somewhere very close photo, exactly how it was in the bow. So it was somewhere here, so the piece of deck, or exactly the note of the space above the initial plank at the bow. This will be plank later, okay? I'm good with that. Because I have a little less space, like half of a plank, and there it is more like almost full plank. So be it. We'll see how it will go, or how it will lay on the other side. Then I will think what to do with it. But I definitely should be very careful, especially in the middle part where I have this very fragile part of bulwark. Come on, just need nail. And of course I don't have hammer. Just Ukrainian spine or pine is much stiffer than American one. So when I feel the spaces on the Speedy, and I was really surprised how easy to sand, and how models really weighed almost nothing. It was very light, very soft to sand. But Ukrainian one is very strong. Okay, it's holding. same on another side. Oh, now it looks like a ship already, getting this shape of the ship. So this side, and now I can check how much it is symmetrical. Yeah, we have generators, entire streets. If you are going outside, you can smell it, you can hear them, but all stores, cafes, they are working. Unfortunately, for buildings with apartments, it's impossible to provide generators. So that's why we were sitting without electricity. But they published picture on the channel's wall. I have a small power station. That thing can hold these two lamps, which I have here. All day long they were burning full blast, and I used only about 35% of that battery, so I also can use it for some tools. It is not powerful enough for the vacuum cleaner, but if it is necessary I can even turn on refrigerator. And because I have insulin in the refrigerator for my sick cat in Ukraine, so it is very important to have a refrigerator. And just try to turn off the light for 1 hour everywhere, and just try to survive 1 hour without electricity. So like you can't make coffee without coffee maker, or if you have electrical stove, I have only electrical oven. What is good? You can't cook food. You have to grab something from the refrigerator very fast, literally thinking before opening the door, like eggs on the right, cheese on the left. And just opening like, and you have to grab everything very fast. Same with putting back all this stuff, or better not to open refrigerator. So yeah, it was fun the last 2 days, but I hope they will fix it soon, and the next weekend maybe we can make our live stream on proper time, regular time. So I think this is something like this. Trying to center it properly. So again, I will start from the mid frame. But of course, without electricity, I don't have proper internet, only on my phone, and it is the slowest one. So I can make mostly text messages, because if I want to upload a picture or photo, it takes forever. So this is the mark. One more time to check how I center it, like this. And now I will move often forward. Okay, marks right here, yeah. So I position them symmetrical. Let me check on the stern how it is symmetrical. Just 1 millimeter higher. Something like this. Another nail. Sometimes I'm dreaming about another pair of hands. Actually, I can move here. And one more nail in the stern. Now I can move forward. And let's check how much it is symmetrical. what I have done here, actually just perfectly symmetrical. Just tiny movement down. Perfect. Have somewhere nail. Actually, in this part, it's just very fast. This is just the fastest way, probably, to make sides of the ship. You just have to glue strips inside, and then you can glue it on its place, and then you can put outer planking on top of it. Actually, my first model was also made with such piece of plywood, but much thicker, and it was more difficult to bend because it was thin plywood, like 3mm plywood, if I remember it. I was just playing with that piece of plywood a lot before putting it, and I got some problems there. I don't remember already what, but something was very difficult. In this case, it is very easy because you don't have to fit into anything. It's just entire long piece. So it is quite convenient, and nobody will see it later when you will plank it. Come on. Just a few more nails. I was thinking about how to replace it completely, but then decided no. I will leave it like this. So I want to add another nail. Preferably without cracking it, but it did already, so I will add another nail. Actually, this one is not properly laying. It's short, so I have to move entire piece. Ouch. How I was measuring, I don't know. But if it is visible, yeah, you can see it like 0.5 millimeter short. Of course I can play with planking later. And since it is just for positioning one first plank, so cracks will happen later, so maybe I can keep it like this at this point. Because I need to glue first strip, and since it is first layer of planking, I will use such nails, so I can continue plank all this 2 hours, or already less than 2 hours, 1.5. Depends how many strips I will be able to glue. But first layer you can plank just as the strips lay and asking you to lay them. But usually I'm advising like plank for your first layer as you will plank next second layer. But because I already have lots of planked model, I can afford this, just plank it fast. But if you want to get some experience before putting your second layer of planking, I would advise you to make it exactly in the same way how you will do it on your second layer. And usually to calculate how many strips you need, where you have to narrow it, so you have to make calculations usually from your mid frame. Which one I don't remember here, was this one or this one? It was marked somewhere. Which one is this? Is the mid frame. So the mid frame usually has the longest curve, so you have to just grab a sheet of paper. We can do it right now, so it won't be just talking. If I will find a sheet of paper, give me a second. And we don't have any paper. And of course the only paper which I have is such 1 millimeter squares. So we'll use this one. So let me make a scheme or just prepare it for calculation. So I will make something like this. I have ship which we need to plank. So we have here mid-frame. From some point we have a radius or curved part of the ship. So this is exactly we have to also measure the length of the bulkhead here. And I will take another one somewhere. Usually when it is narrows, so we have something, and then it widens in the end. So let's call it, it is by eye, it should be somewhere here or here. Which one was this bulkhead? Number. We can just give a number if this one is mid-frame. So let's say where we have curvature, it's somewhere here because it was a big radius. It is right here, actually it's even visible. So this is a radius, so I will name it radius. Then we will have this length and this curvature. Actually I can just make straight calculation like this. So this is something like this. Should be, this will be a very long one, so we definitely will make a few stealers, 2, 3, we'll calculate in a moment, and maybe we will make a few drop planks in the bow, depends on the length of these curves. So let's measure them. Oh, Glauco Marini, I don't know if I can pronounce your name properly, but thank you so much for your support. You are supporting my channel regularly. I really appreciate this. Okay, I need a piece of paper, or I just can cut a strip from this one, if I will find my big ruler. And so all these calculations I will make on my second layer planking of planking 2, or I just will repeat my first layer of planking. Just want to show you how to calculate it. And we'll keep it somewhere closer to me, because now I want to measure length. So this is our mid-frame. This is the right one. So from this bulwark I'm measuring length to the rabbet, or entire length which I have to plank. I want to mark it with my pencil. I can check it on both sides, how precisely I position this bulwark, if it is the same length. Actually I can go in opposite direction also. Perfect match. So this is the longest or the widest frame. Now I just will measure it on my ruler. Usually I'm measuring from 10 centimeters, and it is 89.9 or 0.8, something like this. Or I can just, for calculation, I just can say that 9 centimeters. So 90 millimeters. This is our mid frame. Let's measure where I have marked the radius. So it is right here. So this is the part, let me turn it around and doing this carefully so I don't want to break my bulwarks. So this is the part from where the radius part starts. And in this Mayflower it is so close that it is like incorrect even. I would probably go to this frame just visually by eye, but the radius actually begins here, so I will follow my usual spot. I just can add another frame here for calculations. So this is the radius one from bulwark. This is another convenience why it is convenient to fill all the spaces. You can create such measurements in every spot, because right now it's a little inconvenient because of these frames for gun ports. But I think I will be able to mark it. And now I will check it on the other side. just perfect match. Need to put it inside. This is our radius, and it is 82 millimeters. Move it 82 millimeters. Now I will go which one I wanted. Just to, it's easier to measure on the, but I have two bulkheads here, so I will measure between them. I will mark this one here. This will be, let's say, stern, so it is S. For calculations, this is it was R, and this will be S. And I need this length between bulkheads. Is it an angle? So I will use one side of my strip to measure it. And it is actually not shorter, it is much longer. So definitely I need to find where I have to start putting stillers. So this is S. I marked it as S, and it will be 93 millimeters long. Yes, 93 millimeters. Just to check if I have somewhere shorter. Usually I'm doing this from lower whale, and I believe this is the upper whale on this model. Yeah, so actually it is, the distance increases, so from mid frame. Yep, so wider, or longer, and this one should be the longest one. I will position it on the edge like this, and we'll double check it, because I definitely can. It's soft. Some corrections always happens during the process of planking, of course. Yeah, good enough. So this is our counter, or just we'll mark it as K. And the length is 122 millimeters. So yeah, I will put a few more. Oh, actually it's nice, visible. Maybe 20-40 seconds delay. Oh, I can imagine. Actually, about the weather, I never seen such weather in Ukraine before. Autumn usually warm, sunshine is shining, it's just gold autumn. But how long I'm already here, we have thick fog every morning, then this fog is falling down until noon, and it looks like more like England, like foggy, wet England, and it is cold. So let me grab my phone. This will be my calculator, and I believe my strips were 3.2 millimeters wide. So I will divide my mid frame for the quantity, on the width of my plank, and then I will get quantity 3.2. Good. So we have, I will move it here so I can show you. As I said, I can add more such frames, but I think I can go with only these 4. So we have mid frame 90 millimeters. I will divide 3.2. This is width of the plank. So I will get 28 planks. So 3.2, I'm getting 28 planks. Then I will follow here. I will just divide this length on the quantity, so 82 millimeters. We'll divide on 28. I have to narrow it to, so I will divide it on 28. It should be narrowed, and width of each plank here should be 2.9 millimeters. So here it is, this is the width of the plank, here it will be this width. And since from mid-frame the length of this, so let's call them frames, only increases in the size, so I just have to add more stillers, and I just will calculate in the very end how many actually planks will be in the very end. So if I will divide 122, thickness of the plank 3.2, I will get 38 planks. So actually, so I will divide it on 3.2 and I'm getting 38 planks, so I have to make 10 stillers. Wow, something is not right really in the design, but okay, I will just plank it. Because if I will calculate 38 minus 28, I have to make 10 stillers. So if I have long planks 28, I will divide on 10, so every third plank should be stiller. Wow. Okay, just plus minus every third plank. We'll try it. Oh, and my camera did this trick. It took her a while. So come on, wake up. Wake up. Come on. Yes. Perfect. So let's try it. I will keep these calculations here. We'll see if I will add more frames. So we'll glue 2 strips on each side, and we'll add stiller. And as I said, I will mark also this. This is where I have to narrow my planks. So I will mark this frame. Of course, I haven't filled all the spaces, so it will be just partially marked. And I have to eyeball some parts just to know which one. And this is our starboard. This is for future positioning back, this bulwarks, and this is larboard. And I will mark it also here. So another reason to fill the spaces. Actually, I just haven't enough wood, and I couldn't find fast a linden. The closest store, they were run out of, they haven't it in stock, so I just used everything what I had at home, my leftovers from my previous projects. So first strip. So I'm usually just marking where I have to start narrowing it, and since we have mid-frame here, I'm usually marking it. And then here it should be, what was the width, 2.9? Yes. So it should be 2.9, I'm just marking it. And I will just cut it with such cutters. I have a few blocks. Yes, I have a few blocks on which I can sand it, and it's very good to have caliper. I found very cheap caliper, and I understood why it is so cheap when I got it. It's plastic. Never seen plastic caliper. It's really plastic. So I don't know how much it is. It can get you, give you precise measurements. Looks like it is working. It's very light, but it's plastic. So just funny. Never seen such. 3.2, 3.3, 3.3, 3.2, plus minus, this is what I need. So I marked my mid frame, and where is my mark? Upside down, so this is 2.9. So I just will use such sanding block to narrow it, because it's very soft wood. It's very easy to do it like this. And don't have to be very, very precise. On the original ships, they weren't the planks weren't same size and or narrowed in the same way. So plus minus, I just should keep this plank at this mark 2.9 millimeters wide. It's the best way to keep it more or less straight, just to make it like this. And if you have something straight and stiff, you just, in my case, I just will put it on the table and just will see if I have to sand in some spots more or less. So in the process of planking, the wood will tell you what to do. And I will show you in a moment what I'm talking about. By the way, Dr. Batchvarov has a birthday today, so happy birthday! I know he's watching and celebrating it with red purple kitten and his daughter. So I hope you are having fun. Okay, let's check. 3.1, so a little more. A little more. And let's measure 2.6, 2.8, 2.8, 3, 3. Actually here it should be 3. A little more sanding. 3.1, 3.3, plus minus. It's all right. Two point three, 2.7, 2.9, 2.9, 2.9 here, so a little more sanding somewhere here. The only reason why I really don't like basswood is hairy. You can see this, it's just curl-ups even while you are working with this wood. That's why I'm not very big fan of basswood. And let's use also a ruler. So now I can check where I have to sand more. Right here, you can see something like belly. So I have to sand just slight touch here and somewhere like here, just slight touch to make it straight without such wavy sandings. So just perfect. And what do we have here? 2.9, perfect. 2.9, what I calculated. 2.7, 2.5, 2.3. So it was evenly done. And now I will glue. This was the mid frame, so I will glue this plank. And before I will start gluing it, I probably will use water and I will bend the end of it, because basswood is also fragile. If you will try to bend dry, it just can break. So, or maybe I will go and grab bigger jar with water. So how about break for 1 minute? I will go and grab bigger jar with water. I will come back in a moment. Maybe I should turn on microphone so you can hear me. So I just dropped it in the water, that side which is in the bowl, while I'm searching for my soldering iron. And I have some new soldering iron. Oh, this one is beautiful. I found with wooden handle. I just like tools with wooden handles. This is wooden hobby, so tools should be also with some decorative wood like handles, etc. So let's found where I can turn it on. I don't have here stand. No stand. Not good. Then I will use clamp. I believe this trick knows everybody, so you can use clamp like your stand. You will twist it also. So something like this. I want to warm it to the like full blast hot. I will turn it off earlier so I can use it for bending plank. I have also another piece of wood, so I will bend it. Or actually, maybe this is the proper time to make plank bender from jar. Oh wow, it smokes. Oh, smells like burned wire. So wooden handles not always good, I believe. So we'll see how it is working. Yeah, and we have lots of stuff and tools in Ukraine, very cheap, probably China made, and this is the quality of life here also at the moment. Can't say that it is hot, it's not hissing, but it was burning. It's barely warm. Okay, let's try one more time. At least it is without smoke anymore. And I just want to see how hot it is. Smoking. I don't like it. I don't know if it is visible on camera. It's smoking, and quite strong smoke actually, even stronger and stronger. I need to find my old soldering iron. Oh, now I can hear it, it's hot. We'll see if it will continue like this. Probably I shouldn't use it. But now it is bending and drying my wood, what is good. Probably I will make for the next episode, for the next stream, I will make my favorite plank bender from metal jar and just with candle. Okay, let's try it on the model. Plus, minus, almost enough. Just a little more bending right here. It's still wet, so you can bend it on the model, and after steaming it is more elastic when it is just dried plank. I will dry a little on the other side. So this is what I got. Bent plank, just to keep it so I won't burn my hands. And now I can glue this plank. So now I will grab my cup for the glue. I have somewhere a brush. Yeah, the most difficult usually to install first plank, and usually it is whales. But as I said, I just don't have material, so I'm following the instructions mostly. But because this first layer won't be visible like at all, so this is, instead of filling spaces completely, I'm just making first layer of planking. Yeah, I forgot this brush yesterday on the table, so I was just soaking it. Now I'm cleaning it from the old glue. Looks like I can use it now. Good. And I will need some glue. After gluing first plank, it should be easier, because I will remove these fragile bulwarks, because I'm also afraid to just even press and clamp it. It is really very thin and I don't want to break it. Nails. And nail driver. And let's start gluing it. Most exciting part. Preferably without gluing it to this bulwark. But I just will nail this plank and will remove bulwark immediately, so even if some glue will stick to it, it won't dry. Or maybe I also can apply some glue just on the plank itself. And better to do it on both sides, because basswood, like sponge, it really soaks. Glue is getting inside it, and if you are not applying it on both sides, not other side, sometimes you can just pull the plank and the layer of basswood will chip off. And when I saw it first time, I was really not impressed with this wood. It's very easy to carve something, but for ship modeling, I'm not really a big fan of basswood. So we definitely have to double check. And this is our mid frame. And let's go with nail driver. To remove these nails, you have to keep this plank clamped at least 10-12 hours is enough. It's important, especially in the bow, when you have that carved part. Nail decided to run away. what planks is telling you. I just will use a few nails, maybe two, one and second one. Don't want to press the bulwark on the other side, so not to damage it. Like this. But now I need to clean all this glue, and I don't have my magical favorite tool, so I will use old scalpel if I can find it. Old scalpel. I will scrape all this glue. Come in. Because it will be more difficult to remove it when it dries, and for the next plank or next strip it is important to remove all these drops of glue. Now let me see, I have to probably nail another nail, maybe one more here, but I can remove this bulwark from here. It did its job. Need to buy thinner side cutters because this is too thick, not very convenient to remove nails. Come on. As I said, it's very thick and it's easy to damage this bulwark. It did its job, so I just will clean this glue and it will wait for its time in the box. It will go to the box later. But I wanted somewhere another nail. Like here. Definitely need to buy small hammer. It is necessary to have for ship modeler. Maybe one more nail. Exactly on this, the most tricky carved spot. And that is why I fill these spaces, so I can clamp it in any spot where it is necessary. And of course, fur is quite stiff, can't just push nail inside. I need hammer. I know I have somewhere a big one. Come on. No, it is holding a little. So let's go another side. Now I need to repeat. Narrow one plank, then glue it. And so on. So actually it took me about 30 minutes to prepare and glue one plank. And if I calculated, I will have full length 28 planks, half an hour on each. plus additional 10 stillers on each side. Okay, let's mark it again. And before I will start, I need to cut, and of course it's inconvenient to show you. I will show it probably in the next one. I just need to make it shorter with a scalpel. This is from that side. And another thing which I made this mistake on my first model. When you are planking your model, especially without filling the spaces between bulkheads, plank one strake on each side, because if you will plank one side, and then especially if you will leave it for a while, your model can bend. You just can see how it will be, entire body or skeleton will be bent. This is what I got on my first model, and because it was also planked partially on another side, and on the first model it was very difficult to straighten it. So I used just regular wooden rulers. I installed them inside, was trying to put it back together. So I designed sort of big clamp. I clamped kill because it was entire piece. So straightened it and then installed inside additional pieces, blocks of wood between bulkheads, and that a little hold it, but still model was trying to get back into that bent position. So learned that lesson, and now I'm planking always one strake on each side. Don't want to cut too long, so something like this. Here it is 2.9. This is my mid frame, and I can cut this length. I will use these pieces later for stillers or something else, or I can make strake with 2 pieces of wood. So now I need to narrow it one more time. Was 2.5 on the previous one, 2.6, 2.8, 2.9, perfect. And here it is 3.2, 3, 3.2, no, 3, 3, 2.9, 2.9, 2.8, 2.6. So a little more sanding on the edge, and I will check it on the ruler. How straight? Just a little more sanding right here. And belly right here. Plus, minus, okay. Excuse me, just dust. So now, again, I will need soldering iron. Yeah, a little dusty part of work. I will need soldering iron. Will you smoke again or not? Looks like not. Good. So it was something. Probably burned some dust inside. Into the water. Oh, it's hissing already. Don't want to have completely hot soldering iron. Don't want to burn my plank. Just to bend it. So first warm it up, steam it a little, and then when it is hot, I can start bending it. Preferably without touching soldering iron with your bare fingers. Did this numerous quantity of times. It's painful, trust me. More or enough? More. A little more water. There is just a brush. A little more water. And probably a little hotter soldering iron. Okay, it is no smoke anymore, and it is getting hot very fast. I like it already, so yeah, it is a good one. Almost ready, a little more. Ouch! Touched it. It's hot. Perfect. We'll keep it on the table. We'll need it later. Let's glue this one too, so I can remove the bulwark. Again, I forgot my brush. Without water. So yes, definitely applying glue on both halves or sides which you are gluing, you will get stronger seam. and I probably will make stillers half on each next plank, like half and half. What I mean, I will show, I hope I will show today, I will have enough time. If not, I will make a few behind the screen, but definitely will keep something to show you in next episode. Just I hope, I'm crossing my fingers that we will replace and fix all the damages, so just to get electricity, because we are getting it for a few hours in the morning, then in the evening, so it's really inconvenient. In such moments you understand how much it depends on electricity. In the water. Now I can remove the bulwark and will clean everything from glue. I will remove it. Oops, don't want to break it. Now I see why it is thinner than the planking, because when I will add planks on the inner side, I will get the proper thickness as the first layer of planking. So it makes sense in the design. But as I said, in the kit there is a suggestion. You can make a double layer or single layer. And prototype model was built with single layer of planking. So that's why I'm a little changing my steps than they are shown in the kit. Now I will clean this piece of wood. We'll clean all the glues on the model. And we can move to the next strake. Actually, this one I already glued even faster than the previous one, so definitely I probably will show you today one stiller. No, stay here, so I won't break you. And now I can clean all this mess, these glues. Need to find old file, break it, and to make my favorite tool, scraper, etc. for removing such extra glue. So I will make for the next Friday video with skeleton and fill in the spaces. So everything what I was talking about today, you can watch in the regular video on Friday or whenever it is convenient for you. I just will publish it on Friday. Yeah, it was the most boring, dusty, but so necessary to do part of work. No? Okay, I need to nail here. Definitely, this is just the spot. Something like this. And now I need to clean more of glue. Now I can check everything. Drop of glue right here. Already dried. I will check how straight it is. So yeah, that was a very good template. The mold. This is actually the future whale, upper whale, I believe. Yes, it is straight and beautiful. So that piece of bulwark is working just perfectly fine. So let's move to the next strake. Again, I will mark. Where is it? Mark. So this is where I was making it. Mark on the frame. So somewhere here it should be 2.9. This is our mid frame. And I can cut. Another tip, better to sand the plank on the upper edge, because then you will have perfectly straight lower one. So when you will be sanding the next one, you definitely already have perfectly straight edge of the lower edge of the previous plank. This is not really very noticeable with basswood, it's soft, so it doesn't matter if it is not even. but if you are working with hardwood, stiff wood physically, not just hardwood, like a term, then it is really makes sense. Just a little dusty, and I'm getting something scratching in my throat. I have a good 40 seconds delay. Just today I turn on the TV so I can see what I'm showing you. And it is actually visible on my screen, so I can see a reflection from there in the screen. So just funny. And 7, 2.9, 3, so more to send. Point 4, 2.7, 2.9, 3. I believe I have to send just in my where I have marked it. Looks like it. Right here. More to send. Right here. And in the very end a little. Perfect. 2.5, 2.8, 2.9, 3.1, 3.2. Now again soldering iron. Water. Any questions, comments? Steaming, warming, and then I can start bending. Okay. Turn it off. Don't need too hot soldering iron. Oh, more. Much more. Maybe a little more heating. Ow. What? No. I think I can bend the rest. Oh, it's smoking again. Maybe it is too hot already. Good enough. So I will cut gun port frames later. I just will mark them, and because I will install different gun port frames, pear or boxwood, so I made them intentionally even bigger than it is necessary, because this is just first frames in which I will install original frames, like something like this. So I will add more glue in my cup. Today I learned 3 new skills to my shipbuilding. Oh, I'm glad to hear it. Such comments really inspires me to continue, so I'm doing this for somebody who can learn something so you can grow in ship modeling. This is really why I'm making all these streams. So I'm just really happy and glad to hear it. This is the best. Thank you. Good here. Oh, my camera did this trick. Second time today. Come on, wake up. Wake up. Stay like this. I like planking actually. This is like challenge to fit everything. And that the last, when you're installing the last strake or plank, and it fits perfectly, so you calculated everything right. And it is just perfect. And as I said before, if you can make first layer of planking perfect, you just have to repeat it when you are gluing second layer of planking. Forward. There is a nail driver. I think I can stick some nails. here and just into this plank the ground part. One more probably here. Actually, I can flip it already. It is without bulwarks. It is the best position to drive nails inside. I like this little model already. It is with such beautiful curves on the hull. Maybe here I just will use clamp because there is not enough wood where I can stick my nails. Oh, fantastic quality of tools, as I said. In Ukraine we have lots of such stuff. Not very good quality right now. Oh, come on, you can hold it, okay, like this. Can stick it like this. So yeah, that orange thing refuses to stay in place. Oh, I have nail here, good. A few more nails and I can clean all the excess of glue. Maybe one more here. Where is it, nail? Maybe one more right here. Good. Old scalpel right here. Just to clean all this sticking out glue. Perfect. So second strike here. I have an idea. I can remove this orange stuff and just clamp it normally, or with a stronger clamp. That was soldering iron. Another plank. So this is where it will be 2.9, and this is mid-frame. And again, sanding, bending and gluing. Oh, much more sanding. Actually, 2.9 where I need it. Two point 2.6, 2.7, 2.8, 2.9, 2.9, 3, 3.1, 3.1, center plank 3.1, 3.1, so the rest of the plank is 3.1. Let's bend it into the water, and I will need soldering iron. Good. Let's steam it first. And when the wood is getting warm, we can start bending it. Fantastic. Just what I need. Maybe I just will dry it a little on the other side because it's still too wet. to dry it. Perfect. Glue. Maybe more glue. Actually, it is not that much time left, so maybe no stiller today. But I will work on it during the week when I will have electricity or with lamps with my small power station. Just want to build this model as fast as possible because I can do it only when I'm in Kyiv, so this model will wait for me if I can't finish her until I will come back to Kyiv to complete it. And by rules, because it's a sport here in Ukraine, in Europe, I can show a complete hull. For example, it will be like 3D section or diorama. It will be like competing like diorama when it is just hull. Then I can make, for example, spars and rig her without sails, and then I can add sails. And so I can compete 3 times in the same championship, for example. I just don't like to bring same model. Oh, I forgot to put glue on this strip. Don't like to bring model on the same championship, same model, I mean. This is like, you can build in 3-4 years another model, so it's not that you don't have anything to show. Just because I have only one model in Ukraine, so I think it's just time to build another one so I can continue competing in Ukrainian championships. And maybe one day I will come on time here to go abroad with Ukrainian team, like in old times. This is something what I'm missing probably in the United States. It is just a hobby there, just conference show without competing. This is into the water. It is just perfect angle to show you. Too much glue. Can't see if I need to clamp it somewhere. Maybe just to be on the safe side, one nail here. A few more nails, and then to clean all these glues. Maybe something right here. And now I need to clean these drops, or they will be in my way for the next strikes. Something like this. So this is what we made during this live stream. 2 hours and only 4 strikes, 2 on each side. Wow. So I believe with this is it for today. And as much as I want to continue, but I can't, I just want to use another hour while we have electricity. I just want to upload some videos which I already edited, just to be on the safe side. What if I won't have any electricity and good internet connection tomorrow, because we don't have schedule for tomorrow yet. So with this I believe I have to finish today's stream, and I hope till next weekend we will get more electricity and live streams will come back to its normal schedule. So let's cross fingers and hope that everything will be fine. So if you have any questions, drop them under the regular comments under this video. I will answer them in a moment. I will get electricity, or from my phone. It's not always working, just I can type something and I just can't send. So I have to wait for proper internet connection. So I'm sorry for the delays, but I'm afraid they will continue during next month plus. But when I will come back to the United States, I hope I will like speed up everything and will answer all comments. I am getting lots of comments and letters on my website, which I barely can open, so I'm so sorry for that. And so with this, I think this is it. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for coming when it is late, much later. It's really a big support, just moral support at the moment for me too. So thank you so much for that also. So with this, I wish you a very nice rest of the day and have a nice week also. We'll see you next weekend, guys. Bye.